What's good, TMG fam? It's your boy L, and I'm back with another reaction. How y'all feel? Welcome back to the channel. Salute. Now, I'm a firm believer that not only can animals kill you, they can also keep you alive. You know what I'm saying? And I'll explain to you what I'm talking about, bro. Like, if you pay attention to what animals are doing, they sometimes give you clues and hints that it's time to get out of here. Something's about to go down. You need to leave if you want to live. You know what I mean? Like if you got in the woods and it just instantly becomes silent. You don't hear nothing. Everything's gone, including the insects that make all the noise and different animals that you hear normally when you're in the woods. It's just dead silent. You need to get out of there. Something's done spooked everything around you. They've left. You need to follow suit. Another example, you see, all of a sudden you see a ton of birds flying over top of your head, just like flying over top of your head. They ain't all going south for the winter. You see that, something spooks them. Something's going on. And even if that ain't the case, you should just practice trying to get up out of there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a firm believer. So when I saw this right here, I was like, uh-oh. It said, man's find this bird on the ground, but when he looks closer, he never expected it to be this. And it just automatically, you know what I mean, made me think of it. Now, what I said in the beginning can have nothing to do with this video, but I was just letting y'all know what this made me think of. Now, all I know, he could see this bird, look closer, and realize it's some kind of bird carrying a disease, and he shouldn't have been close to it. I don't know, but I'm definitely here for it. Because this same situation can happen to us. We stumble upon a bird, we need to know what to do. That's why I be watching these videos, bro. I need to know how to react accordingly. So we're gonna get into it. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, join the fam. Real quick, moment of silence for the haters. That's enough. Now run the likes up. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Here we go. Unexplained mysteries. Do I got my volume up?
We all know about drones, but let us learn of some new surveillance techniques that could make anyone paranoid. What was once a far-fetched conspiracy theory has now turned out to be true. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we'll be taking a look at 3 recent discoveries and what questions they answered, or in some cases, created. Drone disguised as a bird found crashed in Somalia. A crashed drone was found in Somalia, but it was not your ordinary recreational device. This drone was disguised to look like a bird. The drone was painted all black and spotted.
Are you kidding me? Like a lot of y'all just had that aha moment. Some of y'all are like, see, I told you. Some of y'all already knew. Bro, they disguising drones as birds. So you look up, see something you think is a bird just soaring. That's a drone actually either spying on you or see, like, oh man, that just messed me up right there, bro. I kind of don't even want to hear no more, but I kind of still want to hear more, but I kind of don't want to, but I kind of do. So let's listen. Dang!
The drone was disguised to look like a bird. The drone was painted all black and spotted wings on either side to appear bird-like. With further exploration of the device, it is clear that the wings were purely for looks. They did not aid the device in flight, as the drone used small propellers to fly. The makeshift wings were programmed to flap like wings while in the air. Upon investigation, locals seemed to be in consensus on the device's origins. Their leading theory is that it was employed by the Somalian government. Locals within Somalia point the finger at the Somali National Intelligence and Security Agency. It seems that the department was hoping to perform some stealthy surveillance when something went awry.
So now, when you look up in the sky and you see that it's a bird, make sure it's a bird. Ain't nobody spying on you now. Now you gotta see. And you wonder, are they watching us? You think?
Why would Somalia use bird-like drones? It is currently unknown as to exactly why the drone fell from the sky or to the nature of the surveillance. The drone was discovered on May 1st, but its origin or its purpose has not been verified. Many have attempted to compare the contraption to the various bird-disguised drones you can find online. However, the efforts have been to no avail. No online seller seems to be selling the drone that was found in Somalia. This further encourages the idea that the drone was specifically devised by the government of Somalia. Which still leaves us with a mystery as to why and who.
That is scary, creepy, crazy. Just think, if we stumble upon that and see that they're creating bird-like drones to spot, then your mind should automatically go to what else? What else? Are there trees out there that are just put up by your house that you didn't notice, that are fake trees that are spying on you? What about that bush in front of your house? What else? Are those real leaves coming from the tree? Or do they have microphones in them so they can record your conversation? That light post that you walk past and never pay attention to? Man, don't get me started. I could be here all day doing that.
China takes surveillance to new heights with flock of robotic doves. This discovery is eerily similar to the revelation made in Somalia just moments before. China has become more brazen in its approach to surveillance, but when a suspicious drone was found on the border, it took everyone by surprise. A small white drone was found to be the size and shape of a dove. The device was far more advanced than that found in Somalia and incredibly well disguised. The drone was nearly indistinguishable from a flying dove when in the air. The drone can be seen to mimic the flapping of a bird's wings while in flight. To make the drone even more indistinguishable, it even performs spontaneous dives and turns while still in midair. Upon further investigation, it was found that the drones used by China accurately replicate about 90% of the movements of a real dove. They are also extremely quiet. The drones create very little noise, which makes them even harder to distinguish from an average dove. The drones are so advanced and lifelike that real birds have been seen flying alongside them.
Watch how many birds y'all pay attention to tomorrow when y'all walk outside. Now it's significant. Now it's no more it just go throughout and you don't pay no attention to it. No, now you see a bird, you're gonna look and you're gonna inspect, you're gonna identify to make sure it's real. See, this is the type of stuff that make you try to stay in the house, but then you staying in the house, you could easily have something in your... See, I'm off on a tangent again, because you could easily have something in your house that they listening through. You know what I mean? Your cameras that they watching through that they could tap into, you know?
The mechanism within the drone that facilitates the movement of the wings is composed of a pair of crank rockers powered by an electric motor. This allows the wings to deform slightly when moving up and down, which makes the flight pattern more realistic. Professor Li Yashao, a high-level radar technician at the National Defense Technology Laboratory of Radar Signal Processing in Xi'an, said the drone's movements were so similar to a bird that it could fly undetected past even the most sensitive of radar systems. However, when the contraption crashed to the ground, the truth became clear. Now, China is not even attempting to hide its actions. There is evidence that over 30 military and government departments of China are using these bird-like drones all across the country. The area that is most aggressively surveilled with these drones seems to be the Xinjiang region in China's far west. The area borders China's neighbors, and it appears that China intends to supervise this area to maintain its stronghold over its citizens. This area has been notorious for separatist practices, and these bird drones seem to further prove that suggestion. The region and its residents have long been aware of the government surveillance, but the robotic doves take this supervision to a new level. Anonymous sources claim that these drones are extraordinarily widespread. According to these insiders, the code name for the drones is simply Dove. Song Bifeng, a professor at Northwestern Polytechnical University in Xi'an, seems to be a leading figure in the surveillance program. Song is a senior scientist on the J-20 stealth jet program, which has been attributed to the bird-like drones. Song has since been proudly recognized by the People's Liberation Army, China's military, for his work on surveillance drones. Contrary to popular belief, according to high-level sources in China, this technology is newly developed and not widespread. Yang Wenqing, a professor at the school...
You believe that? It's a bridge in Brooklyn I want to sell you, all right? Huh? If you believe that, I got a bridge in Brooklyn I want to sell you.
Contrary to popular belief, according to high-level sources in China, this technology is newly developed and not widespread. Yang Wenqing, a professor at the School of Aeronautics and a member of Song's team, stated, "The scale is still small. However, she did not extrapolate on what they consider small. She does..."
Thank you. You got to ask the right questions. You see that? What's small to them may be huge to you, vice versa. Yeah, there's not a lot. A lot could be, it's only a few million opposed to like 50 million. 1 million opposed to 50 million. It's not a lot.
However, she did not extrapolate on what they consider small. She does continue. "We believe the technology has good potential for large-scale use in the future. Needless to say, the Chinese government is openly admitting to using these bird drones. Remarkably, they go to the extent of explaining that they plan to expand this program in the future. A researcher involved in the Dove project claimed that the new program aims to develop a new generation of drones that could evade human detection and even radar. During the early stages of the program, an experiment was executed in northern China where the drones were set to fly over a flock of sheep. Sheep were used as they are extremely capable animals with a keen sense of sight and hearing and are easily spooked. The experiment was a success as the flock paid no attention to the drone flying above. Each drone is equipped with a high-definition camera, GPS tracker, advanced flight control system, and an extensive data communication system. Specially designed software helps to counter any jerky movements to ensure the most lifelike movements possible.
Now, think to yourself how far we can go with this, right? This is going to have me consumed for the rest of the night. Think of how far we can go with this, right? Stay with me. Go with me now. Think about all those like mob movies you've seen or when they got spooked and they knew the feds were closing in on them with the RICO, trying to hit them with the RICO cases and different things like that, tax evasion or whatever. When they got spooked, they didn't want to talk inside no more, right? So they would meet outside and talk on a bench and try to be away from everybody. Think about it now. You sitting outside, you're talking on the bench, nobody can't see you or something like that, or you hoping nobody's in the bushes recording yourself. But these little pigeons walking in front of you that you're feeding, are they real pigeons? Are they real pigeons now? Like, you see where I'm going with this? This is scary, bro.
This LA startup is building tiny injectable robots to attack tumors. A medical miracle has been achieved in Los Angeles, California. Doctors have managed to create a microscopic mechanism that can be loaded with cancer-killing chemicals that can be injected straight into a tumor. This precise method could potentially save millions of lives and families. The tiny injectable robots work as a vehicle for the chemicals used to break down cancerous formations. Since these chemicals can be highly destructive, it is important to avoid contacting healthy cells with these chemicals. These microscopic injectable vehicles make this possible. The device is roughly the size of a breadcrumb and uses magnetic forces to steer through the body. Doctors on the outside intend to direct the machine to the source of a cancer hotspot and deliver the precise amount of antidote. This discovery could very well be a revolution to modern-day science as we know it. It has only been used so far to treat cancer, but the possibilities for the future are endless. What was once a seeming science fiction fairy tale is now being tested in hospitals around the globe. While it has not been used on the general public yet, it is moving to clinical trials in 2023 and is showing a lot of promise. The now famous Bionaut Labs have been able to take credit for their invention. Michael Spiegelmacher and Aviad Maisels are the co-founders of Bionaut Labs. Together they created the company in 2016 with a mission in mind, and they have not let up since. The company was founded with this sole intention in mind, dubbing themselves a remote control medical micro-robot startup. They very well may be the first company to see the technology used to treat everyday patients. The Trailblazers were granted $20 million in venture capital funding and employed technicians with previous experience in microscopic robotics and other precision manufacturing. They recognize.
Bro, I've been like praying for like revolutionary style, you know what I mean, things like this to happen. You know what I mean? I just hate that it's too late, man. I had to sit and watch my mom go through several different procedures and different things like that. And I was praying that the technology would speed up to the point where it could cure her. You know what I mean? Watching somebody have to have constant surgeries and different things on their bodies and going through the constant chemo and radiation and all this stuff that is pretty much just breaking down your body, man. It was breaking down her body. So to have to man, I was praying that we could speed up. You know what I mean? But it just never made it in time for her, you know? So when I hear things like this, I get excited, but at the same time I get sad because then I look over my right shoulder at her picture and I'm like, you know what I mean? It just wasn't fast enough for her.
Recognized the potential of their idea when studying the technique of current cancer treatment methods. They found that most drug treatment is facilitated through diffusion within the bloodstream. This creates a litany of complications as it requires a high dose to maintain its composition for delivery to the afflicted area. Not only that, but it also means that the entire body must feel the effects of the chemical pumping through their bloodstream. Spiegelmacher realized the pitfall of this method and stated, "We wanted to just figure out a way to get there, to the afflicted area, instead of flooding a body with therapeutics." But what do you make of these discoveries? Be sure to let us know your thoughts.
I already told y'all, I was completely off of what I thought this title was about, but I'm still glad I clicked on it because now look what I just figured out. Added something else for me to have to now pay attention and look out for when I step outside. Things that I may think are real may not be what they seem. You know? You may think you're, feeding a bird, but you're feeding a drone. And pretty soon, you're going to have drones everywhere, so you ain't going to be able to see or identify which is a good drone, which is a bad drone. They're going to be everywhere pretty soon. They're coming. Yeah, it's coming. It's going to deliver your meals. It's going to deliver your groceries. It's going to everything. They coming. Just wait and see. So, I guess with the good, you got to take the bad, I guess. I don't know. I don't know, man. But it's important that we're aware of this type of stuff. That's all I'm going to say. Y'all get at me in the comment section. Let me know what you think. And stick around and stay tuned to the next reaction. I'm gone. Peace.